See if we can get a big hog on ice today.
Yeah.
Big bubbles, big bubbles.
I got it. We got her, buddy.
Woo! Epic, man.
I don't know if a day like that will ever happen again.
Back in 2001, my dad, my brother and I, and my mom, we talked about this dream.
We had two sons that were really anxious to get into the lodge business.
We were very optimistic. Certainly we realized that it was going to be a lot of hard work.
We felt this draw to start a fishing lodge. And when we started this quest for a fishing lodge, we had absolutely no idea what was entailed.
We flew in here one day in October, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And it kind of won each of our hearts. We said, okay, if you guys want a lodge, we're gonna go for it.
All we knew was we wanted to do it, and it was beautiful here. It's been just an incredible experience the last 20 years.
It was, I guess, 4 years ago, sitting in the same seat for an interview. It was my first time at Baker's. Clayton caught a huge trout on that trip. That was, one of the biggest Lakers I'd seen through the ice.
39 3/4. And at that time, it was the pinnacle of my fishing hard water. And now, 4 years later, so much has advanced here.
This week, our first day, I had the mindset that we're gonna grind it out. But the stars aligned and we dropped the line, and while we were setting the tip up, the first rod of the day, the flag went up. My buddy Brandon caught his first Laker ever, 36-incher, and that kind of all of a sudden the floodgates opened. It was spectacular. It's just one of those days where everything lined up. I don't know if a day like that will ever happen again.
Alright, so we'll probably set up like just up on the tip here.
Yeah, very.
I had heard a lot of really good things over the years about Baker's Narrows. You see these giant fish that come out of this body of water and the opportunities that there are for angling up here. This was one of those times that opportunity popped up, and I was pretty convinced that I would finally get the chance to catch this lake trout of a lifetime, and finally, for myself, be able to have some kind of cool story, hopefully, that I'd be able to tell over the years. It was still, just late afternoon. There were still a few hours left of fishing. I walked back into the ice shack, and there's a mark at the bottom of the screen in 75 feet of water. This lure is dropping closer and closer and closer to this mark as this mark starts to slowly come up towards my bait. When the two dots met on that sonar screen, it was on. Line screaming, nerves, stress, everything super high. The heaviest fish I've ever felt through the ice. I feel like my rod's going to explode. I feel like my heart's gonna explode. And sure enough, my personal best lake trout comes through the ice.
Yeah, very close.
Yeah, it's right here. Oh my gosh.
Looked like it had big head shakes there. Big bubbles, big bubbles. It's a nice one.
I got it. We got it, buddy.
We got it, bro. Heck yeah, bro. Oh. That's a fish, bro. Woo!
I always forget how much I enjoy lake trout fishing. Lake trout through the ice are literally, like, to me, the pinnacle of ice fishing.
They're the apex predator in the ice. They chase, they hunt, and they get huge.
They're unreal. They're just a different breed of fish, I find. I get more excited for lake trout than anything else. Mac's just a young kid with a drive to put people on big lake trout.
And man, I'll tell you, what an incredible job this young man does for us here. He is so dialed in. He puts the guests first and makes sure that everyone that is out with him on the lake is going to have the most incredible experience possible. Legendary Lake Athapapuskow. This lake is just unbelievable. It's such an incredible fishery.
up, and you can drive pavement all the way from, you know, the American border all the way up, and you're all of a sudden at this lake trout mecca. It's spectacular.
And it's amazing. Everything's just like beautiful wood, cottagey texture. It's just beautiful. Clubhouse is nuts. Just a amazing place to chill. Chit chat is really fantastic. And between the tables, just that camaraderie, kind of start to look forward to that. Play a game of pool, watch the fire, watch a game. Great service. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. And it was such a relief to have all of our breakfasts, lunches, and dinners completely covered. And I always want a really nice portion, and they have that here in spades.
We also have a lot of equipment rental here. We've got snowmobiles, we've got snowcats for ice transportation, and pretty much everything in between. After us being here for 21 years, now in 2023, my folks are finally able to retire, and I'm taking over the business.
I'm super excited to see where this place is going to go with Brett now taking it over from Rod and Peg. He's got such an imagination and creativity. He's got an ice fishing shack out on the lake right now that's full of windows to watch the northern lights. He's always looking for that next best thing out there. Brett has that drive just to continue to make this place the legacy that it already is, and just continuing on to make it better and better and better.
From where it was 4 years ago to where it is now, I can't imagine what it's going to be 4 years in the future, because they're just scratching the surface of what the potential is on this lake.
The one tip that I would leave regarding traveling to the north and going on a fishing trip like this, if you ever get an invite from a buddy or a friend calls you up and says, hey, I want to go to the north and catch a giant fish, you say yes every time, and you go. And you take that opportunity, and you'll never regret it. I'm gonna carry this story with me forever, and I'll be telling it to my kids until I'm an old man. And they'll hate it, but I'll love every second of it. Those memories of just the fellas hanging out, just that moment, holding that fish. And that's exactly why you come to a place like Baker's, spend a week fishing, and bring back memories that you'll have forever.